What's up there guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Derail Valley. We are in the midst of a realistic difficulty playthrough. We have come here to harbour, so we've took a bit of a circular motion around the map really. We collected the DH4 traction motor from Machine Factory in town, we headed north. We headed to Goods Factory in town and we headed back down here to harbour. We are now heading to City South, so there's nothing left to say apart from please do grab yourself a drink. Let's hit the rails. Alright then guys, first things first, we are heading back to City South. It is currently, well, it's fairly mid-afternoon really, and we'll just see if there's any jobs going to City South. That's the only thing that I'm here to do in this office right now. So let's have a quick look. I see a lot of other places. We'll just have a quick scan. Sawmill. Now Sawmill is in our direction that we're going, but we aren't going to Sawmill as such. Let's just have a sift through these. Ah, there's one going to City South. Might be the only one. City West. So this requires only a long one license. And it's 39. So it's empty cars. Now, where's this going to be? I would say either G or E yard. Let's go and have a quick look. We'll see if we can find these empties. And then we'll grab them. Now, they could be in D. It's worth a bit of a scan. Doesn't look like they're in G unless they're the flat ones. But they are, because it's showing those coloured boxes on there. I would say they're probably box cars. Let's have a quick look here. Now, looks like there's some cars there, containers. Let's have a look. So we're looking for 6. This could be it. Let's have a look. Ah, these are all different colours now. There's 5 there. So, 39. I think it is going to be cars. I don't think it's going to be these flats. Let's have a quick look at these. Yeah, I think we're looking for cars and I think it's going to be E yard because they weren't in G. Be surprised if they're in C, which is exactly where our locomotive is. I don't want to waste too much time with this though because we have taken a roundabout sort of journey around the map. Now, we collected the traction motor for our first restoration loco, which we actually found here at Harbour, which was the DH4. We found that here, we took it back to City South, we collected the traction motor from Machine Factory in town, and we also said that, well, I said that we were going to take a trip around the map, doing as many jobs as we made sense to do along the way, and obviously getting paid not only for the traction motor but also with enough money made to service and fuel our vehicles. So that's what we've done. We've made a decent amount of money, which eventually brought us back here. I know everybody's going to be saying, why don't you have the mod installed that shows you where your job is? Well, yes, good idea, but I don't want to apply any mods. I'm trying to play without any at all. Right, so it's not on either of these. So wouldn't it be hilarious if it was actually on C yard? So after all of this looking around, is it going to be on C? Because they're not empty there, are they? Hold on. So that's 39, but it's not the same code. So we're looking for HBLH39. So that's HBFH39. I've never seen that before. The code's usually completely individual, like the numbers anywhere. Alright guys, you can let me know in the comments section, have you seen that before? Where you have the letters different but the numbers the same. Wow, I can't believe that we haven't seen the job. I can't believe that it probably is going to be C. What a strikingly strange turn of events. We are parked on C, so if I'd gone there straight away, we would have found it. But the thing is with C, it's normally liquids over here. And is that them down there? One of the key things here is with this being liquids, it's very unlikely that you're going to have these types of cars, and that's them by the looks of things. Wow. How many's there? So there's supposed to be 6. Is that 6? There they are. HBLH39, and there'll be 6 here. Yeah, there they are, guys. Right, bizarre. But there they are. They're parked up. So, that means we've kind of wandered around like crazy, and we really didn't need to. So, we should be disconnected here. Yes, we are. Right, let's jump aboard. So, yeah, we've still got a decent amount of fuel left, really. Handbrake needs to be off. So yeah, 96 ton, and obviously with this stuff that we're pulling here, it's not going to be much. But yeah, this will enable us to get our butts back to City South. Just dash along here, position ourselves ready to connect up. But yeah, enjoying this game still after so many episodes, so many hours. I'm approaching 300 hours in this game, which is, you know, it's unusual for me that, but I'm enjoying it still, so that's the main thing. Okay, same problem. Alright, so that was the same problem that we encountered in the last episode that we have encountered, and you would think I would have learnt my lesson by now to not slam the trucks so hard, but yeah, it does happen still. So, that's all set. I'm going to set this baby going forward. I'm going to put a tiny bit of power on while we go and validate this order. So back over to the office, which is where we've come from. But yeah, this should be absolutely fine to facilitate us heading out towards City South. I obviously need to check the route. I'll need to throw the switch at the top of the hill to send us off in the right direction. But yeah, it won't take long to get to City South, and then we can offload this job and offload the traction motor and the other stuff. So let's validate this. Done. So when we get to City South, we're going to C4. So we'll be heading into C Yard. We'll have a look and see where that's going to be once we get there. Where's our locomotive? Here she is. Right, route map. This, stand under the light so we can actually see this switch. Ah, well, that was thrown correctly because we came in this way, didn't we? Which was an unusual difference. And then once we get to City South, we're going into C Yard, which is actually a tad awkward, to be honest with you, because we're pointing in the wrong direction. If we run into problems, we'll figure it out, but we'll throw the switches as if we're going straight in. Hopefully there'll be enough space for us to reversing there if needed. Always check to make sure your cars are coming with you though, that's always a good point. Right, let's head up this hill. It's 40 up here, so get a bit of power on. We are heading uphill. I was quite tempted by the DE6s, by the way, which thankfully we can't see. Out of sight, out of mind. We haven't unlocked the DE6 license yet as part of this playthrough. Obviously it's always a temptation, but I have said I want to try and savour it. During my standard difficulty playthrough I jumped into the DE6 quite early on, and in this playthrough I actually want to really take my time, drive some of these other things before hopping into the DE6, so we'll save it. Right, temp's coming up because we are pulling up a hill on full throttle. And breaking the speed limit. So we'll just ease back. And there we go, we've just about done the hill, so that's a good start. Obviously it was never going to really be a threat. We are heading off now towards City South, so we'll just keep the power up. I'll just reduce it a little bit just to hold us around about 40. .70 limit here, so we'll open her up again. We should see that temp start to actually come down even though we're on full throttle, because we should be levelling out soon. So we'll get the speed up and this should be alright. Okay, 70 coming down to 60. Yeah, that dynamic brake is quite effective actually. I didn't like it so much previously, but we'll utilise it a bit. There. 50 now. What I think is you don't want to go mad on the dynamic brake because you can blow the engine using it because of the, obviously the temperature. The temperature continues to increase when you use the dynamic brake because obviously you're still using the hydraulic engine, so it's like, you know, it's an interesting one. Still got these artifacts which has just disappeared now that I've said it. .70 again. Obviously we're making light work of this. We're now swinging round to the left, so I think we're not too far from being there really. Another stretch of track here. So you can actually control the dynamic brake as well with the keyboard, with the O and L keys. And we are arriving at City South. Temperatures come down just in time. We're drifting off to the left here as we are heading to the sea yard. So immediate left. We've got a DE2 that can help us out here as well. And there is some stuff in C2. So we're not going to go there. We're certainly not going to go there. We'll go straight down. And hopefully there'll be enough space at the end here to allow us to reverse. Hang on a second. Have I got this wrong? It's C4, sorry. Oh my days, what am I thinking? It must have been C2 on the last... Yes, it was. It was C2 on the last job. So it didn't need to come down here. We may not even have enough space here as well. I actually think we'll be able to reverse in there, but it's not the point. We've wasted a bit of time there by going past. It was C4, wasn't it? That end one, which is completely free. So what we can do is close that. If I can actually get in here. What we'll do is, will it let me reach for these things that I want? Can't quite get in there. I wanted to kind of take this off so we can just let these guys roll. So there we go. So there's our locos come to a stop just past where I wanted them. And these guys roll on. So while we're waiting for those cars to go in, we'll just ease back a touch. Alright, hang on. That wants to be like that. That wants to be like that. Are those cars going to keep going? Hold on, these cars have stopped. I don't think they're going to make it. So my plan there has failed, unfortunately. Yeah, this has been a bit of a waste of time, really, because they are not rolling fast enough. They're not going to make it. Right, let's pull in here and give them a little nudge. The brakes are released, so we don't need to worry about them moving. They will move. It's just, you know. Just need a bit of encouragement. Give them a nudge. Just having fun here, guys. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're enjoying me making a mess of it. There we go. They are home. Of course, if we really wanted to bring them abruptly to a stop, we'll just open that, let the air out. And then they are definitely where we need them to be. So we want these locos down here. Because we are now heading to the museum. Whoops. Leaning. Gangster leaning. Right. Let's get ourselves down here. Right, we'll be back in a sec. Let's go and get paid. We'll have a quick glance at what jobs there is as well here while those locos are going down there. So there we go. A nice little 12,000. Again, this is all helping along, guys. We're over 500,000 now. Coming out of here, we've got shunting, we've got goods factory, more shunting, and food factory. So yeah, it's just good to bear in mind, really, just to think about really more than anything. Probably have, you know, zero impact on what we're actually going to do. But yeah, there's always generally something going out of here one way or the other. I mean, the food factory is a big one. Empty tankers and the like, obviously. But we need to go all the way down here now so that we can position ourselves to go into the museum. Obviously, there's the turntable in there, so we don't need to worry too much about direction. And thankfully, it's a huge turntable, so yeah, it's easy enough to manage things. Although that switch is set wrong, so yeah, that'll be fine now. So, in the museum we've currently got our DH4 that needs repairs. We'll hopefully get that sorted. We've got our slug parked up as well. We've also got along with us a DE2 that needs repairs and traction motor for the slug. And not forgetting the old vintage rail car as well that we are pulling here. So yeah, it's been great use. I think we'll get that garage open soon to get the oh sorry, this is the flatbed, to get the rail car out of there. Nice motor there. Right, let's get ourselves in here. And yeah, we'll see how long it takes the game to recognise that we've brought the traction motor with us, because that will leap from here and disappear, basically. Okay, there we go. Just does it on its own. Bring missing parts. We've done it. Finally. Wow, that's a bit harsh. Go to the museum's office and fund the new parts installation. Right, so yeah. that's something that we'll be doing. Obviously, then we need to take the DH4 to the repair a servicing bay, or any servicing bay to be fair. But yeah, we'll do it here because we are here. And yeah, we'll do that. Right, let's get the DE2 offloaded. Sorry, wrong way because it's at the back. So yeah, for the DH4 that we're currently using, obviously we're going to need to refuel and service her anyway because she's had a good run round. But yeah, we'll get this DE2 in here. And there's the DE2 in place. So when we do go to the service office, when the museum office, should I say, and start paying to have the parts installed, then we are going to also end up ordering the DE2. I think it's a traction motor again, traction motor I think. But for now, let's pull these babies out the way. And we're probably going to use this flat car still, so we'll just leave everything connected like that for now before, while we decide what we're going to do next. So let's power down. Parking brake on. And let's go to the museum office and pay what needs to be paid. Right. So we've got a $25,000 bill to pay. Which is what? So that is the DE2 drivetrain for $15,000, and then the parts installation, which was actually only $10,000. So that part is absolutely fine and not too expensive, really. Did I leave that there? Not too sure. I don't know whether things move around on their own in this game or whether that's just a thing. We do have a waste paper basket there as well. We've got this shed to sort out at some point. So we've got a bunch of different paint here. I said that I was going to utilise the Derail Valley paint initially because we did use the special demonstrator paint in my standard difficulty playthrough. So we do have the original paintwork, sort of like, so what I'm saying is Derail Valley paintwork looks like this for the DH4, but obviously this is worn, so we're going to be putting this paint job, this livery on here, where in my standard difficulty playthrough I went with the blue livery, which is the special livery. Now it doesn't mean that we can't change it later, which I probably will do, but yeah, we're going to go with the standard. Also, this slug can be repainted as well, I believe, if I remember rightly, because even that's looking a bit weathered. So next episode, I think we'll repair the DH4, repaint her, and then obviously we're going to need to collect the drivetrain for the DE2, but I think doing something with the DH4 there, and obviously we'll need to service this baby as well. Guys, I just want to say I really hope you're enjoying it. If you are, obviously please do hit the like button. I'd love to hear from you in the comments section. And yeah, guys, hit the notification bell and subscribe if you want to be notified of up and coming videos. What I will say is, I really hope you're enjoying the series, and I am having a total blast with this game. I'd love to hear from you in the comments section. Let me know if you're playing this game, where you're at with it, and if you're enjoying it. But otherwise, guys, please do take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you guys again soon.